Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account. You get amazing odds boosts every single day. Rudo and Blais coming at you live before Flyers Avalanche gets going on. Look, Flyers are barely a hockey team at this point, which I'm curious how you think about this, Blais, because on the one hand, you have a bunch of dudes on that team that clearly don't care about the year anymore. It's a lost year. But you also have created room for some guys that have some stuff to prove.
Yeah, which creates this, weird tension. What's going on outside right now? Sorry.
Is there something going on out there?
Looks like something happened. Anyway, sorry about that.
What? Well, I can't see anything from over here.
The cops are right in the intersection diverting people.
We have an accident outside the bar. Great.
Anyways, back to it. You've got people that are auditioning for bigger roles maybe inside the organization, but then you also have veterans that have kind of been around and kind of know that they're going to be around next year.
Yep.
And it's hard for them to engage because that, management doesn't have any faith in you. They're basically saying, we're done.
Yep.
Obviously, in the East, that's pretty easy to do. You look at the stands, you're
it's pretty
there's no way in hell we're going to make the playoffs,
there's
so
no
we're going to sell.
Yeah. There's definitely not that middle ground. And Flyers have been out of it for a minute at this point. So, we'll see. It does feel a little bit like a team that lacks top-end talent. Obviously, they moved Giroux out. They haven't gotten quite the production they expected out of guys like Konechny and things like that. So the Avs have, most nights, the Avs have an advantage with their top line or their top six or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Tonight, that advantage should be extreme.
Well, especially after the results of the last game, you think, there's a lot of stuff going on outside right now. You would think that they're ready to get back into it.
For sure.
And get engaged. And obviously there was a lot of things that went on in the last game where it was just bad puck luck, bad shooting.
Definitely.
So.
Well, and look, good teams don't like to lose twice in a row.
They don't, but it's hard when you're not interested in the games that you're playing.
True. You gotta put some effort in there.
Yeah, if you're taking an opponent lightly and thinking that it's just going to be a cakewalk, that's not the NHL. And sometimes that happens to young teams, but the Avs know that any given night another team can win.
There is way too much parity in this league.
It's ridiculous. We always talk about it, right? A team can dominate another team.
And it just doesn't matter.
And it just doesn't matter. They lose still. So.
Yeah, for sure. So
it happens.
One
player can get hot. A goalie especially gets hot, and you get goalied.
Yeah, that's the difference in a game, for sure. And it's also why I don't put a ton of stock into these games.
Right.
You look at the Avs situation, and it's like, human nature, they're probably not going full bore. Yeah. They don't need to go full bore. But you would still like to see them, and I want to get to this topic first. For a large portion of this year, nobody has wanted to play in Ball Arena. The Avs' home ice has been
unreal,
very unfun place for people to come. So
they've only lost 4 games in regulation
as of the game last night, or 2 nights ago. Yeah.
2 nights ago. So 3 going into the middle of March. You drop one more. If I was a betting man, I would say that the Avs are going to bounce back tonight. Again, if you just look at their home record and say, if you've only lost 4 games all year, and you just lost the other one.
Okay, you said betting man.
A betting man.
I thought you said Benton man, and I was like, what is a Benton man?
Don't know.
Me either. But yeah, the Avs have. I actually think it's less so this year. They're a little bit more mature this year, but they've always been a team that has fed off that home crowd. Yeah. They get a goal, the crowd gets pumping, they get pumping. It's a little bit of that feeling around this team where they do ride that emotional roller coaster a little bit for sure. So, home ice. How do you feel about genuinely home ice advantage? Do you think it's really a thing, or?
I think if you look at the Avs record, it's definitely a thing.
Sure, the Avs are very good at home, and
when you're a good team, I think it matters to have home ice advantage, right? You get the crowd going into it. I mean, it's a real thing. Like, players feed off of that energy in there. Like,
For sure.
And it can be in other barns as well. Like, if you're going against another team that's really good and they're energized for their team, it can also work against you a little bit.
Yeah, you're
because,
trying to survive.
Well, yeah, it depends on the type of player you are. Like, you kind of want to, like, shove it in their face.
Oh, sure. You get an Austin Matthews type of guy who's like,
Austin Matthews, I think Nathan McKinnon might be one that we should talk about as well.
Definitely. Angry Mac is very much a thing, but there are those people. Mac is more of a I'm gonna get real mad and do something about it.
Yeah.
Matthews and Ovi and those types are like they'll score a goal and they'll be like
That's true.
They play into it a little bit more,
yeah.
I think. But it's all right. I do want to divide this up into two things. First of all, are you Paul Bissonnette? Do you think the altitude makes that much difference?
No.
Okay,
I don't.
Good start.
Flyers do.
Anyone from Philly, shout out the Sixers. Also, though, the Avs, while it is a big home ice advantage, been well talked about here in Colorado. I don't know for you out-of-state people, but Colorado, one of the top 5 destinations for people to move to as far as cities in the U.S. right now. A lot of transplants.
Oh, yeah.
For years, we've seen teams like Chicago and Boston travel really, really well here. So
it's always been like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Pepsi Center, Ball Arena, whatever it is, like, for years, it doesn't matter. When the big clubs come into town, I mean, there's just people from everywhere in Colorado now.
Yeah,
So,
genuinely.
if you're a native and that's all you do is root for the home teams, that can be annoying.
I need all these transplants to start having kids so they can root for the Avs, the hometown team.
Well, look, I'm not from here, but, like, when I came here, I was all in on all sports. Because,
adopted.
like, why do I want to watch a team from another state that I can only watch on TV and I can never go to the games?
When did you move here?
Long time ago, in the 90s.
So the Avs were
95.
new. Oh, so the Avs are
The
brand
same year
new.
that the Avs
so
came.
that,
Yeah, it was
for
perfect.
Sure. Worked out for you
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
On that front. So I don't know. I've always been iffy on home ice advantage personally.
Really?
Like, obviously, you get last line change.
Yeah.
You get the face-off advantage now in the zone, but
That's more of like coaching options, and that does give you a little bit of advantage because you get to set the lineups. But I was just thinking more from like the energy that you see, and I will say it is like when your team is good, the building is live.
oh, for sure. Especially like, and it's going to vary from game to game, but when you're playing well, the building will let you know.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. So that definitely helps. No watch along tonight. Watch along on Sunday against Minnesota. I see a couple people asking about that. So, yeah, the Minnesota game. We'll be doing a watch along for you.
Kind of a weird game time on Sunday too.
Yeah, the
4
4
o'clock.
p.m. on a Sunday. A little bit of a weird one for sure.
Yeah.
But-
I guess since you're in the Central, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock there, so on a Sunday, I guess it's all
Just
right.
man up and have the matinee start at that point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game.
Me too. I think it should be an interesting one.
Yeah, that team's gotten a lot better, and their fan base is jazzed about them right now,
Well, and they
saying that they're catching up to the Avs, which is kind of hilarious when
okay,
you go,
calm down.
when you go and look at the
But they
standings.
do have a lot more to. They're playing for the second seed.
Oh,
really.
yeah, for sure.
They're going head to head in St. Louis for that battle for home ice in the first round. So it does kind of tie into the conversation, I guess. But will be interesting. I want to see what they look like with Flower behind them.
Yeah,
How they kind of shape up, because I've said it a lot. I'm not afraid of anybody for the Avs of the playoffs,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
you want to see how you measure up against some of
Yeah.
these other teams that you know you're going to be playing in rounds 1 or 2,
Yep,
things
yep.
like that.
Getting close enough in the year where it's like, okay, this is the real lineups that we're going to see for the teams. So
Yep.
what is it going to look like in a 7-game series? What should I be concerned about? And getting tape on your opponents that you're probably going to be playing as the team stands today.
Yep.
Versus, earlier on in the year.
Oh, 100%. Jost is scoring a goal Sunday night.
Oh,
It's
yeah, for
happening.
sure.
No doubt about that.
I'll just take that bet right now.
Exactly. Anytime goal scorer,
Yeah.
Tyson Jost, for sure. Unfortunately, Arturi Lekkonen's visa paperwork has
so
still
annoying.
not been sorted out. He is not in tonight, so hopefully he's good to go by Sunday.
How annoying is it?
Right, it's not even anything hockey related. You're sitting there waiting on governments to sort out their red tape, and you're like, come on, let's go. and
it's not Canada or U.S., right?
Right. It's because he's Finnish.
Yep.
And his visa is through the Finnish government, and they have to switch it from Canada to the U.S. So
you feel like, as a Northern European state that is huge into hockey,
you'd think they'd be ready to go on that
they
stuff.
would have a process for that. Like, okay, we're going to streamline this. So, I mean, it's a little ridiculous now. Like, the trade deadline was on Monday.
Well, and
we've waited all week to see this guy, and there's other guys that are playing already.
The teams had that stuff submitted 10 minutes after the trade was done, and they're just sitting around waiting for it. So, and honestly, in my opinion, I think it's the Avs' biggest problem right now.
Yeah.
I talked about it in my video the other night. Their bottom six has given the Avs 2 goals in the last 11 games.
Yes.
It's just not enough.
Yep.
So, and look, Lehkonen is not going to single-handedly solve that problem.
Nope.
Obviously, but he will help. So, where do you want to see the improvement the most here? Is it Newhook? Is it Comfer? Or do you want to see a little bit more out of like Sturm and Cogliano?
No, I think when you went out and got a Turi, you're hoping that Newhook and him can play off of each other and see more production out of probably both of them, right? Like, because they can play off of each other. So, and then whoever you're going to add onto, I guess that would be the right wing, right? That empty slot there is who's playing good. If you got a fourth liner that's
just
playing
hot-handed,
hot-handed. Like right now, LOC shouldn't be on your third line.
I don't think there's any argument that you can make for that.
No, like you should roll whoever you're going to roll up there and see if you can get some chemistry. But it doesn't matter right now because you got to wait.
Because Lehkonen's still not in. Is there anyone that you can ask to step up in the immediate that can provide a little bit of punch? Because you just said it. Logan O'Connor's been ice cold for a month now. What are you really going to get out of Cogliano? What are you really going to get out of Sturm? Yeah. You got a goal. One of the 2 goals is from Darren Helm, and that's like, you take whatever you get there.
That was a beautiful goal, too. Like, it looked great. You just need to see that more often.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, do you have someone in mind that you think needs to step up?
I mean, if he wants to stay in the lineup, it's Knack.
True.
That's a guy who, when he got here, was a little bit of goal-scoring punch and has not put one in the back of the net for a while now.
What about Comfer? Like,
I mean, he's been
quiet, but we've seen in years past, like, he's a good playoff player.
And his thing is he has a little bit of finish, right?
Yeah,
so you want to see him start putting the puck in the back of the net a little bit, but
be interesting maybe to throw him up there, see if that works.
I'd at least run it. I mean, that Bednar has never been afraid to just send anybody out there at any time.
Adjustments.
He'll throw McKinnon down there with that line for fun every once in a while. So things happen, but
there you go. McKinnon's just playing right wing on the third line.
35 minutes a night. Let's go. Here for it. And the conversation there that gets a little bit wider, we've talked about it a bunch. You're down to the last month and a half of the season. You see the scoring start to tighten up. And especially, I think you've seen the scoring start to tighten up where the Avs are getting less from their defense.
Yep.
So they've gotten away with a lack of depth scoring because, Cale Makar has 70 friggin' points.
Oh, yeah, that's your X factor, right?
Yeah, exactly. and Cale Makar's still great. He's still going to get his.
Yeah.
But that extra goal, that extra push from your depth when it's a 2-1 game instead of a 5-2 game,
right?
It just means so much more to get that extra one. So,
well, you always talk about it when you're talking about teams that are going to go for the cup. You need your big guys to be your big guys. That's why they're paid that money. But the teams that stand out are the teams that are getting people in the depth lines, your third and fourth lines, producing.
Involved, for sure.
And if you have defense, again, like we always talk about, that's a bonus. But those third and fourth lines do a lot of things for you, and people take it for granted and say, like, it doesn't really matter. Those lines are out there to, one, eat minutes without costing you a lot offensively from the other team. So defensively there. But the other thing is you need scoring when the playoffs start.
Well, and look, strategically, Bednar has always preferred a best-on-best style.
Yeah.
He's usually doesn't like try and sneak a third line out against the top line to get a good matchup. So if you're going to stick with third line on third line, you need your third line to be better than their third line. You need your third line to produce where theirs isn't, if that's the style of play you're going to go with. So
that's not asking a lot from an Avs team because you have so much depth in the team.
I agree.
It's been a little weird, streaky at times.
Yeah,
but that's kind of what you're going to get from a third line.
And streaky, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm willing to live with streaky, but it feels like it's been 2 months of cold. A little bit too much. We got a super chat here. $2 from Ryan saying, "Hey Blais, Affleck's was the bomb in Phantoms."
That's so great.
Such a specific.
Oh, it's a running gag throughout
I know, but
a bunch of movies. Yeah.
Like if you've never watched those movies, you have no fucking idea what is going on.
Oh no, AJ got me right in the tickle spot last show.
Happy belated 60th, Blais.
Yeah, thank you. It's very kind. It's more like 65.
That's what you feel with 4 kids? Yeah?
Yes, very much so.
All right, let's keep it rolling here. Let's make some money from Blais tonight. He's got to make up for last game.
Well, here we go. So, yeah, you're saying that, but I think we're going to do some live bets here.
Uh-oh. Doing it live.
All right. So, Rudo.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to ask you over-under on this one. At 6.5 goals.
Hard over.
You're going hard over.
I think the Avs come out and turbo dunk this
So they're
team.
going to score 7 goals?
No, I think Frankie will give up a couple.
Okay. So you're going to go over. So we'll take the over there.
Yeah.
So the over is plus 105.
I like it. Plus money. Let's go.
That's plus money. I mean, I've been taking the under, and it's been hitting quite a bit.
It would have hit the other night.
We just talked about how teams are kind of tightening it up.
I hear you, but I think Philly's bad, and the Avs are going to come out a little salty tonight. So.
Okay. Let's go to player props. Let's do goals. Who do you think is going to be hot tonight?
Ooh, I mean, first goal or anytime?
Let's do an anytime goal scorer. The first score is like
you're rolling
randomly
dice.
pick one
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's not great money, but Max scoring tonight.
Max scoring, all right, plus 110.
Yeah,
I like that.
Not great money, but it's happening.
I mean, I'll take that after the last game.
That's true. I'll take some easy ones.
He's coming.
Chat wants Sturm for anytime goal to keep up with his girlfriend.
All right, I'm going to take that one too, chat. Let's see what we do here.
I bet you that's good money right there.
Let's find it. Is he even in here?
Oh, that'd be hilarious. DraftKings doesn't even have him on the lines.
Where is he? Oh, he's got to be in here.
He's going to be like plus.
Oh, Aturi Lekanen. What do you think he's going to do? Plus 295.
Only 295? I thought that would be higher. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, I wouldn't take that bet.
Where are you seeing this? I'm not seeing him on here.
Well, you go to DraftKings, then you go to the player props.
Oh my God! Yeah, here. Thank you. All right, let's move on.
Keep on rolling here.
I don't know. Let's see if there's any fun game line ones.
There you go. Some like first period nonsense.
Yeah, those are always funny too. First period and end of regulation. Let's do this.
Ooh, Avs.
So Avs plus 150.
That's pretty good money.
Taking it.
All right, so there
it
you go.
is.
Avs to go wire to wire, basically.
So, yep. Oh, I've got a Denver Nuggets championship winner in here that I have saved.
Just throw that
in.
So
over 6.5. Nathan McKinnon as an anytime goal scorer, and the Avalanche to win the first period
and
the reg. Well, they got to win
in reg.
Okay. But according to Rudo, they're scoring 5 goals?
Yeah, at least 5.
Okay.
With two from Philly, just to keep them honest. No Konechny, sucks to be the Flyers. Everything sucks in Philly. I don't know what to tell you on that one.
I mean, if you want to watch a perfect representation of their team, look at Keith Yandel play hockey there right now.
Hey, but he says thank you to his goaltender all the time. So.
He's a great guy, but you can definitely tell he has checked out thinking about his vacation plans.
Oh, yeah. He wants to go back to Arizona right now. Get to the warm. I guess it's starting to get hot in Arizona, actually. But
95 today.
yeah, too hot. This is too hot for March. So, I don't know. The Avs are in a really weird spot in the season.
Yeah.
Even the President's Trophy, they have a 5-point lead on the next closest team on.
It's just hard to stay engaged.
It is. And anyone, they're telling anybody, any little nagging thing anybody has, they're like, look, take it easy.
Yep.
Don't go into the corners hard. Don't mess yourself up, right? Like, it's just not a position that the Avs have been in for a very, very long time. They through this era of Avalanche hockey, it's been 3 years of blitzing out to make the playoffs.
Right.
And last year it was them doing everything they could to win the President's Trophy.
Yeah, every game mattered.
Right. And this year it does feel a little bit like pressure's off.
Yeah.
You're kind of just chilling through this portion of the season, especially given with how the West has been so poor.
You just don't want them to get complacent.
For sure.
And stale out there, right? Like, fine, this is a great time of the season to really just kind of like, put it in cruise control, just do your thing. But when you start talking about going into next month, you got to start prepping for the playoffs and start playing that style, because you can't expect them just to turn it on, which they do all the time, but to turn it on for a full game.
Well, you want to see them keeping it honest, right? They
Yeah.
took a tough loss against Vancouver. See them come out strong against Philly and put a team down, and then it's all right. Then go back to chilling for a couple games.
Put a bad team down.
Right, exactly.
Don't let them hang around. Just basically go out there and score a bunch of goals and show them why they're number one in the league.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect way to say it. So we're going to get out of here. Roughly 10 minutes from puck drop, probably maybe more like 15, but quick one for you on the pregame today. We hope y'all enjoyed. We'll be back post-game, joined by AJ Hafley, of course, to break down whatever happens in this game. So we hope to see you there. Until then, enjoy the game, and we will talk to you in just a little bit.